You guys said new Invincible trailer? I did. I seen the Thrag drawing that they had. So it does seem like Thrag is coming to Invincible season 4. But until then, let's talk about Invincible. Alright, so Invincible claims that he doesn't get his ass whooped as much people think he does within the trailer. So I'm gonna prove to him exactly he does get his ass whooped as much we do think he does. So I do a lot of Marvel Roberts content as of recently. So here's the merge of Invincible content and Marvel Roberts content. So this is basically just a tier list talking about Invincible versus the entire Marvel Rival roster and which characters he can be and can't be. So you have the bottom, which is Invincible wins. Then you have Invincible. Okay, well, the bottom you have Invincible wins, right? Then you have high diff, mid diff, low diff, and then the top is rotisserie chicken. This is just referring to the difficulties, like, Invincible, well, the character may be the Invincible high diff, the character may be the Invincible mid diff, the character may be the Invincible low diff. Rotisserie chicken just means that, like, there's no fucking chance, buddy. You're just cooked. You know what I'm saying? Spoiler alert, I really don't know how great he's gonna do against most of these characters, but anyways, though, without further ado, let's go and get straight into it. So you have Black Panther. I will tell you this. Now, again, here's a tricky part about Marvel Comics is that there's always that one comic book issue to where, like, some character became God. We're not using, like, the strongest version of each character that just be busted. We're going to use the most common mainstream version of them. And yes, we're talking about comics here, not the movie, because Invincible will probably beat everyone in the movies for the most part. Comic Black Panther, so I'm pretty sure Black Panther's probably fought against, like, some fucking creature in the comics to have him scale above Invincible. But I think for the most part, Invincible probably. Because here's the thing about Black Panther, right? Is that he has vibranium, and it's very tough to crack. And Invincible is strong, but I'm almost more than certain that Black Panther vibranium has probably took hits from, like, the Hulk in the comics, most likely, something that Invincible cannot do. So, like, yes, if it was, like, from a movie standpoint, yeah, Invincible is probably so strong he can probably just break through that vibranium. He's faster, he's more durable, but at the same time, though, I'm gonna play it. Okay, listen, I think Invincible probably could beat Black Panther. So yeah, we'll put him there. Black Widow, there's no need to discuss this. Invincible wins. It's just, it is what it is. There is, like, no possible scaling. I think there's, like, one comic book issue where she got the Infinity Gauntlet. Outside of that, there's just no possible way Black Widow can possibly at all. Yeah. Blade. You know something crazy, though, is that I can't recall Blade fighting anybody else that isn't a fucking vampire. I think most of Blade's, like, utility is meant for vampires. So someone like Invincible probably just really wouldn't fall for that shit. So I'm gonna say Invincible will most likely cook Blade. I don't think it'd be an easy fight, but he'd probably cook him Blade. Daredevil. As much as I do like Daredevil, there isn't much he's doing against Invincible. You remember that one blind guy in the last season of Invincible? How he was, like, trying to desperately fight back against that one variant? Yeah, it's gonna be that, but even worse. There's nothing Daredevil can do against Invincible. He's not quick enough, he's not strong enough, not fast enough. Invincible can just speed blitzing him all day long. There's nothing Daredevil can do. Hawkeye, god damn. Okay, I know I said at the beginning of this video that, like, most of these characters probably gonna diff the shot at Invincible, but so far Invincible's off to a great start. He's 4-0, baby. Like, goddamn. Hawkeye, yeah, no. Now I want to say something. Hawkeye is actually incredibly underrated in the comics. I actually feel like the Hawkeye in Captain America damn well is on the same tier of strength. Hawkeye got some pretty busted arrows, right? Hawkeye can, like, spam fuck out some arrows and blow somebody up, but this is not Invincible. Yeah, no, there's nothing he can do about it. Human Torch. Okay, I'm gonna be, like, so for real with you. I do not have that much knowledge on specifically the Human Torch in the comics. I'm pretty sure Human Torch has probably, like, done some super ridiculous shit, like burn Thanos alive or something like that. Human Torch just seems like a comic character that has some pretty ridiculous speed feats. I think the Human Torch speed feats is probably comparable to Invincible's. I'm going to have to say the Human Torch beats Invincible high diff, only because I think that in the comics Human Torch is actually incredibly fast, and I do think that he has burnt alive some ridiculously powerful being. Also, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Viltrumite's weakness fire? If I'm not mistaken, or something like that. I don't know. Hela, yeah, yeah, man. Yeah. See, this is the period of time to where it starts to get a little iffy for Invincible. Y'all tell me, what would Invincible do against Hela? Not much. Hela's cooking the entire Viltrumite army, and it is what it is. Iron Fist. As much as I want to say this would be a good fight, but like not really, because Iron Fist has the better combat skills, but he's not physically as strong as Invincible. Unless Iron Fist is gonna do some like Marvel Rival strat and just block all of Invincible's attacks like that and take no damage. Invincible's winning that fight. Yeah, pretty much. Unless you show me some comic book scan of like Iron Fist punching a Celestial in the face. Iron Man. So it's kind of hard to scale Iron Man because he has multiple different suits, but a lot of those suits are canon to his mainstream version of himself. Of course, you got like Superior Iron Man, which that's a variant of Iron Man, but a lot of those suits, like the Thor Buster suit, the Hulk Buster suit, those are all just straight up canon to his character. So it's like the regular base suit Iron Man would lose to Invincible, but Iron Man has more suits that will beat Invincible than he doesn't. So I'm going to have to say it's weird because, again, base suit Iron Man, no, but he has more suits that beat him than he doesn't. Yeah, I'm going to say Iron Man wins mid-diff. This depends on what suit you're talking about, but 9 out of 10 he's probably be honest. Magic, I actually found out that Magic is damn near omnipotent in Limbo. She is the sorceress supreme of Limbo. Magic is a top tier mutant in Marvel. She may one-shot Invincible. Now, of course, to be fair, we're talking about Invincible fighting Magic outside Limbo, but even still, though, Magic may potentially one-shot Invincible. I'm going to be generous here by saying it's a low diff fight. It's really rotisserie chicken, but I'm going to be very, very generous and say it's a low diff fight. Mr. Fantastic. I'm somebody in the comment section is going to be like, well, you know, one time Mr. Fantastic wrapped his dick so long to the point it choked me out behind the book. But I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing any sort of. I've never seen no scale of Mr. Fantastic that will put him to that level. You know what I mean? I don't think unless he's gonna like dick slap him, maybe then, you know. But other than that, nah, I think Invincible's winning that one. But Moon Knight, yeah, Invincible wins that one. I mean, like, you know, maybe Invincible may pity him for having like multiple personalities, but other than that, nah. Mark's getting punched. All the personalities getting punched. Consure's getting punched. Nah, I ain't know you can do about that. Namor. No, this was kind of funny. I can possibly see some potential scaling for Namor winning, but ultimately no. Unless Namor just summons every single creature in the ocean to jump him, and you have to assume that he has like near omnipotence the way how Magic does in Limbo, which he doesn't. Invincible still moves incredibly fast in the water. He's massively stronger than him. He can take more damage than him. Probably is some comic book panel of Namor throwing a trident so hard it flew into DC. But for the sake of my mental health, let's just write that off by saying that it wasn't canon to his character. Now, some random variant of him like Earth 6172. Invincible wins. Phoenix, shit. Punisher, yeah, there's nothing about that. I think a better question would be, how do you think Punisher would view Invincible? Well, I guess he would have no reason to view him as a bad person. I mean, Invincible's a hero. Invincible has killed people before. He didn't like it. I don't really think Punisher would have a problem with Invincible, really. He probably would try to kill him, though, because he knows he's a threat to the Earth. Be a pretty cool interaction. All the way to Invincible starts to punch a hole through him. Psylocke. I'm gonna be real with you. Psylocke is a powerful mutant, but she ain't that strong, buddy. I can't recall a Psylocke feat that will put her in the likes of a Viltrumite. I know she can craft those weapons, but nah. Invincible's winning that one. I'm actually impressed at how many people Invincible's been able to beat so far. Maybe Invincible was right. Maybe he doesn't take that much beatings as we think he does. Scarlet, shit. Spider-Man. Yeah, it's nothing he's gonna be able to do about that. I think Spider-Man and Invincible meeting is such a dream matchup. It really is a dream matchup. Meeting, like conversation wise, it would be so cool. Until, you know, Mark gets upset. He's like, hey, I'm done fucking around with you. And Peter's like, let me stop holding back. And Peter throws a punch as hard as he can, and Invincible just blocks it and just rips him apart. I know some Spider-Man fanboys may be like, no, Spider-Man not holding back can definitely hang with Invincible. No, he cannot. No, he cannot. No. If Spider-Man were to decide to stop holding back, Invincible can still beat him while holding back. That is how powerful Invincible is, pure strength-wise. Star Lord. So Star Lord's half celestial. Nope. Well, I don't know. I think it's like I can't. I think Star Lord has done some ridiculous shit in the comics due to him being half celestial. Um, the question is that do you think those guns could affect? Nah, you don't know something. I think Star Lord probably could beat him. I think that. I think Star Lord would probably beat him like maybe at maximum high def because in my opinion, Star Lord is about the equivalent of Tech Knight. Not Tech Knight. That's from fucking the boys. You know that tech guy? I forgot his name. The tech guy in the last season of Invincible that fought Viltrumite Mark in space. You know what I'm talking about? He's like him, but probably more powerful. And I know that if he can fucking beat that Viltrumite variant of Invincible, Star-Lord can probably beat the main version of Invincible. He has the weaponry. He's half celestial, so most likely Star-Lord will probably win that. Storm, that's black girl magic right there. Nope. Storm is at this point. As a matter of fact, I think right now Storm currently is the goddess of thunder. I think she has Mjolnir or some dumb shit like that. But even besides that, Storm has always been a top tier mutant. Storm is like the face of top tier mutants. Honestly, there's nothing Invincible can really do against Storm. I mean, like maybe he's physically stronger than Storm, yeah, but it doesn't really matter when she's like launching hurricanes and thunderbolts in them. Nah, he's not doing anything against Storm. Squirrel Girl, I'm gonna put it to you like this: Squirrel Girl beat Thanos and Doctor Doom. She's a kind of, sorta a gag character, but yeah, rotisserie chicken. Yeah, Squirrel Girl is a really weird character to talk about. Again, she beat Thanos and Doom. She's not really a gag character, but at the same time, she is a gag character. But regardless if she is or isn't a gag character, we have to treat her with those feats in this conversation. So, because if you were to take away the part that makes her a gag character and use her actual feats outside of that, yeah, no. Winter Soldier, what could he do? You remember when Bucky thought he was? I don't know who the hell Bucky thought he was, but in Thunderbolts, when all the other members of Thunderbolts got defeated against Sentry, and Bucky's stupid ass took off his damn leather coat like he was finna do something and ran up and punched Sentry and did nothing. That's gonna be that, but probably worse because comic Invincible is more powerful than movie Sentry, even though comic Winter Soldier is more powerful than movie Winter Soldier. I don't even think comic Winter Soldier is more powerful than movie Sentry. So yeah, it's gonna be like that, but even worse. Wolverine, I think I've actually seen a debate about could Invincible beat Wolverine. So Wolverine claws made out of antimonium. I know I pronounced that wrong. I have a hard time pronouncing it right. Antimonium, animalium, etymology. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say. I think it's definitely strong enough to damage Invincible, but at the same time, Invincible is too strong, too fast, too doable. Yeah, he can regenerate, but Invincible just rip off his head. I think it would be a mid-diff fight, to be honest with you. I can see Wolverine really doing some serious damage to him, but ultimately, if Invincible to lock in, it's just Invincible to be angry. Yeah, he's beating Wolverine. So, matter of fact, yeah, hide it. No, I'm tripping. What am I talking about? No, Invincible wins. I'm sorry. I got the Tiermaker thing mixed up. I'm sorry. Angela is Thor's sister, the daughter of Odin, of the 10th realm of heaven. There's nothing she can do. There's nothing Invincible. But rotisserie chicken. I can't even think of a scenario in which Invincible would actually have a chance against Angela. No. Maybe the fight would consist of them both flying towards each other at full speed. And when Invincible punched Conquest as hard as he could, he broke his hand. Maybe Invincible could do that to one of her wings, and then she would just kill him immediately afterwards. But America's ass. America better sit his ass down. Invincible's definitely winning that one. There's nothing he can do. If it was equal stats, no, still. He's a better hand-to-hand fighter, but it doesn't really mean much when you're dead. Doctor Strange is going to pick up Invincible. He's gonna hang on. This is Invincible right here. He's gonna take him up. He's gonna drain his little ass out. Right? He's gonna flip him. He's gonna drain his little ass again. He's gonna take him. He's gonna drain his little ass again. He's gonna take him one more time and stir the life out of Invincible, and he's gonna stand up, gonna pull down his pants. Emma Frost. Emma Frost is not only a mutant, a pretty she's not an Omega level mutant, but she is one of the stronger mutants, and she is a Omega level telepath. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say rotisserie chicken necessarily, but I would say if I knew. I would definitely say it would be a low diff battle with Invincible. I know that her diamond form is just made out of diamonds, and I would like to imagine that Invincible is strong enough to penetrate those diamonds. But you know how Marvel logic is. Even though those diamonds is probably more powerful than the average regular diamond. So I mean, if you just assume her diamond form is as strong as Little One diamonds, I'm pretty sure Invincible can punch through diamonds. But with her being an Omega level telepath, that's gonna completely change the game up. So low diff. Groot. You wanna know something funny? I can't really recall a lot of feats from Groot. If I'm being so completely honest with you, I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say Invincible does beat Groot. I don't think Groot has incredible feats like that, really. I mean, maybe I can correct me and say that, like, oh, well, one time there was a time where Groot actually grabbed nobody's penis and ripped it off or something like that. But until y'all show me a scan or a feat of Groot doing something crazy like that, no. The Hulk, I'm not even gonna entertain this conversation. You know what that is. Magneto. So Magneto is stronger than Invincible in the sense Magneto is stronger than Invincible in the sense of just kind of what he has achieved. Magneto isn't technically classified as a Omega level mutant, but at the same time though, he basically is an Omega level mutant. Invincible does not have any metal on him. I can recall that he can control of Invincible, but at the same time though, Magneto can also control the metal in people's blood as well. He doesn't necessarily need to pick you up in order to beat you. I think that Magneto would be a little bit too much for Invincible. Well, I don't know. Honestly, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. That was kind of tough. I'm a little bit torn on that one, because if Invincible were to be like definitely serious, like how he was when he fought Conquest, he would be so fast that he would probably speed blitz Magneto, honestly. But Magneto's so strong though. You know what? I'm gonna take a very bold assumption here and say that Invincible does beat Magneto. It will probably be like a fight of a lifetime, but I'm gonna say he does. Yeah. Penny? Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, it's not really much Penny can do against him. The Thing. Now I think about it, it doesn't make any sense to say that he could beat Magneto, but not the Thing, because the Thing boxes the Hulk. I wouldn't say the Thing is more powerful than Magneto. You know what I'm saying? No, I'll take that back. Invincible's not beating Magneto. I'll put him a high diff. And I don't think he's beating the Thing either, because the Thing has fought against the Hulk and has done several different kind of ridiculous things. No pun intended. The Thing will probably be, I wouldn't say the Thing is like rotisserie chicken necessarily, but I will put him on like a low diff. I think the Thing is low diff. And Thor, yeah, I'm not discussing that. If I don't think there needs to be a serious discussion about Invincible versus comic Thor. Venom. Yeah, Invincible's winning that straight up. Venom's tough, don't get me wrong, but I don't think Venom necessarily has the feats underneath his belt to say he beats Invincible. Adam Warlock. So Adam Warlock in the comics with the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know if are we counting that Adam Warlock? Because I think technically in the actual comic issue where Thanos had the Infinity Gauntlet and he snapped everybody away, I do believe that it was Adam Warlock that actually ended up beating. It was an Adam Warlock or Nebula, one of the two. They both had the Infinity Gauntlet. But I don't think we're not gonna count Infinity Gauntlet Adam Warlock. Like without the Infinity Gauntlet, nah, Invincible's winning that. Without the Infinity Gauntlet, Invincible's gonna win that. Cloak and Dagger, there's nothing that they can do. The power of an interracial relationship would not be enough to beat Invincible. I mean, he had an interracial relationship. They ain't doing shit. Invisible Woman, no. I mean, maybe she can turn invisible and run away, and let Invincible just decide to get angry and he can clap his. No, there's nothing. No. Jeff, there was one comic issue where Jeff beat the Avengers, but that was on some gag character type shit. So yeah. Loki, here's the thing about Loki, right? So I think technically right now Loki is the god of stories in the comics, but he's like a female god of stories, but we're talking about god of mischief Loki. Even though Loki is a god, he's the adopted son of Odin. Loki is not actually that powerful, honestly. He really isn't. Loki can do a couple of things. Loki maybe he'll throw a little ooh, you know what I'm saying? But that's not really enough to beat Invincible. If if it came down to lying his way out the fight, then yeah, he can definitely avoid Invincible. But if it came down to no more lies, no more tricks, just straight up hands, me and you, Loki, he's dying, and Invincible's winning that. Luna Snow. Luna is such an unironic, like low tier Marvel character in a sense of no one outside of Marvel. Like I can't explain to you how Marvel Rivals put Luna Snow on. The what Smash Bros did to Mr. Game & Watch is what Marvel Rivals did to Luna Snow when it came out of putting the character on. In the comics, she got her powers from like an incident in Stark Industries. She also has, I think, Dark Ice as well, but the Dark Ice is not really going to do much against Invincible. I think Luna Snow probably is like at maximum at the level of a Spider-Man villain at maximum, and that's kind of being generous there. I don't even think that, but no. Mantis, no. Y'all tell me something Mantis can do against Invincible. Rocket, not even close. Well, Rocket does have a lot of like ridiculous machinery, but not enough to beat Invincible. Ultron is an Avengers level threat. Rotisserie Chicken, unironically enough. Rotisserie Chicken, actually. Yeah. And we're being generous by just using regular Ultron, not like Infinite Ultron or I think there was one time where Ultron became the All-Father Ultron, but that's a variant of Ultron. We're not talking about that. But if just regular base Ultron, yeah, he's beating Invincible. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm actually surprised that there's more characters that Invincible beats in Marvel Rivals than there are that he doesn't beat, actually. I think the Star-Lord, Human Torch, and Magneto one is a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It just depends on how you want to flip that cookie. But y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Which one of the characters did I say that Invincible... Hang on, let me move my face. Which one of the characters did I say that Invincible doesn't beat? Yeah, I think actually could beat Invincible. And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button. Doesn't help me, but it helps you too. Why? So you see content similar to this. You guys just subscribe me, I appreciate it a lot. If you guys didn't, I guess we'll part ways. Either way, I go out my mind to keep these and I'm gone. Peace.
That's all it is, man. Leap of faith.